having some tech issues. So yeah, you get a bingo in a minute because okay. No, I know what it is. I've sorted it. It's fine. Let's get started. Good evening, Spad fans. Yeah, we had a slight issue in that my laptop was encoding a video at the same time as when we went live, and the video card couldn't cope. So we had a small issue where YouTube wasn't receiving the video. It seemed to be resolved now, and it was easy enough to fix. So yeah. So tonight we are. Let's just go to the title screen very quickly. We are doing the East Sussex Explorers stream. Now tonight that means that we are obviously on uh, East Coast Way, but that doesn't limit us necessarily to East Coast Way because we could do East Sussex, up through Surrey into London, and we could do the Brighton Main Line if all plans go out the window. But I have got a plan to do a particular stream for that line in the coming weeks. So we will primarily be focusing on East Coast Way. So without further faffing, let's get into it. We are on service 2C24 Brighton to Seaford. It's a 10 past 11 service, and it is a class 313. Sorry, Jason. I know you don't like the 313. We will do the other trains on the route at some point, but for now, we are obviously going to do a 313 service to Seaford. And let's see how we get on. Let's click get started. Let's get everything set up. And we are. We don't want to do that. We don't want to. We don't want to. We are in forwards. We are. Headlights on. Daylights. I hope everyone's had a good week. I hope you're all okay. Anyway, welcome to the regulars. And if you're new and just lurking and just watching and haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button. You will get access to the chat, which it is set as subscribers only for the moment. So if you aren't subscribed, click subscribe, be a subscriber for a minute or so, and then pop into the chat and say hello and let us know what you've been playing this week. I've mostly been playing Planet Zoo, which I picked up a couple of weeks ago or a week or so ago, alongside Planet Coaster, and I've been playing both of them quite a bit, but Planet Zoo slightly more. And I am thinking about potentially doing some streams or content on that, but we'll have to see. We have got a Fernbus video going up later tonight. It is encoding, so it just needs to be sorted out through YouTube, ready to upload. And then there's an Assassin's Creed one potentially coming out tomorrow evening as well, if not Friday. And then, yeah, more of the same, really. Let's get this underway. We are in the 313. However, we have stuck one of my own custom liveries on this one. This is the Network South East livery. It does need a little bit of work because I have noticed that it has removed the writing, the Network South East writing, which has happened as a result of coming over from TSW4 to TSW5. So I do need to go back in and apply all the bits that have been taken off. Maybe I'll do this as a clean version and then copy it over and do a sort of weathered version. But at the moment, it is a slightly sort of debranded version of the Network Southeast livery. I'm going to put my phone on silent because people are messaging me on Discord. We lock our doors. So yeah, I hope you're all doing okay anyway. Um, like I say, it's always good to have you guys with us on a Wednesday evening to play with our virtual train set in Train Sim World. I'm going to jump in the cab and we are going to release our brakes and we're going to get underway. So we are going all the way to Seafed, and then what we'll do is we'll do a couple of other services as well. 313, I know. But I figured we'd do the 313 timetable because it's the most up-to-date one, isn't it? It's got all the extra bits. And then we'll go to Seaford, and then from there we will look at doing a service all the way to Eastbourne, or perhaps from Eastbourne back into Brighton. There's the line that goes up towards London. We're going round to the right. Oh, I really hope you spat. Thanks. Appreciate the support. We are stopping at London Road. Now, I'm led to believe that there is London, Brighton University, but I can't remember for sure. I think it is. Lose tonight and we win and go 18th. Yeah, we shall see. We haven't had our form has been improved since we've got our new manager. That isn't actually a bad stop at all, that's alright. We're on form tonight. It won't last. You're home to Burnley. Yeah, we'll be alright against Burnley. But I know we're home because that's what the message I got in Discord was. I hate football so much. They take up all the parking spaces around my street when they play, and they all park like absolute TWATSs. You don't need 2 spaces for your effing Mondeo. Okay. That's in one of the other Discord servers that I'm in. Let's lock the doors. We're 2 minutes late already. I don't know how that's even happened. I've had this keyboard so long. You know, I painted my keyboard. I've had it painted and used it for so long that the paint is actually starting to wear off the keys. So it's very likely it's going to need another repaint at some point. Every team round both of us lost last night, so you need to take the opportunity. Absolutely we do. So on to Muzzlecombe, or Molescombe, sorry, say it right. Muzzlecombe. Don't know why I've got that on. Turn that off. I was probably playing a scenario and needed that marker on to see where I was headed. I don't know. going to be a slight overshoot as well. Oh, I thought I did alright with that. Obviously not. Slight overshoot on that one. I'm going to move that. I don't even know what that is. Down there. Don't forget as well that we have also got our bingo. As we struggle to get the train back underway. You will notice as well the rather conspicuous absence of anything related to truck stop radio. The logo has disappeared from my logo, and that is because I'm no longer associating myself in any way, shape or form with truck stop radio. Some of you already know why, and for those of you that don't, basically they bullied and abused me out of my position as community manager. And yeah, I'm going to say it publicly. They are not nice people over at Truck Stop Radio. So if you have any dealings with them, I would suggest that you sever your ties, and do not attempt to engage with them in any way. That really is all I'm going to say on it. But yes, we are no longer associated with Truck Stop Radio. We are looking for new opportunities and new horizons. So we're going on to Falmer. Of course, the home of Brighton and Hove Albion Stadium. We've got another 313 just leaving Falmer now. And whilst we're waiting, I'll just quickly show you the bingo card, of course. For some reason, it does have some bingos already selected. As of course we have Spad, Shut the Doors mentioned, Geek Daddy blames Jason, the Geek Daddy forgets what he was saying, Dad jokes, what's that smell, arguing with Tash, blames the chat, politics corner, mentions I've been on the route, not this one, the going west from Brighton, yes, but not this part of the route. Amelia interrupted stream, not going to happen, she's already in bed. Went to make tea, okay. Tech issues, we have technically already had tech issues, so I suppose we could select that one. So yeah, yeah, we touched on that. We touched on the truck stop radio issue. We're not going to talk any more about that. Unless, of course, one of them comes here and starts causing issues, in which case we'll deal with them. And we'll make it very clear that they're not wanted. Dave and Adam. Mr. TSR Gaff. You didn't miss it. It was just me saying that we're no longer part of TSR as a channel. We're no longer partnered with them or associated with them because, quite frankly, they're a bunch of abusive arseholes. I've said it. I've said it. I've said it publicly now. All of the regulars to the channel know exactly what occurred, what happened. You all know very much what's happened. Those of you in the Discord know what happened and how they treated me over the 6 months or so that I was part of Truck Stop Radio. And it was about 6 months. Ah, yes, said Jason. You know. You know, because I spoke to you about it. Toxic Shit Radio, that's it, TSR. Yeah, I mean, I've always said that other radio stations are, of course, available. And within the simulation radio genre, there are a lot of them available. I've just said the name of one of them. But yeah, Truck Stop Radio was not the community I thought it would be, despite all my hard work as a community manager trying to improve and enable its growth. There were powers that be within the management side of things there at TSR who wanted to make things difficult for everyone else. And wanted to sit on a golden throne in an ivory tower made from their own toxicity. But yeah, that's that. We are continuing on to Lewis. We're going a little bit fast. That's because we are essentially going downhill now. It's very noisy. It feels like we've got a window or a door open or something. We have got our Network Southeast livery for those of you just coming in. Network Southeast. We are going too fast again. AWS is telling us off. A 10-mile-an-hour limit coming up, so we do need to start slowing down for that. Not yet though. It does seem quite noisy. Like we have got a window open. I do have my TV volume up as well, so I could turn that down a little bit. There we go. It's probably, the microphone's probably picking up both my voice and the TV, and then you're getting it through the capture card as well, so. Let's continue to reduce our speed quite severely now, because we've got that 10-mile-an-hour limit. We haven't slowed down anywhere near quick enough. That's alright. That's alright. We'll get away with that. Yeah. So we are essentially we are going back to some of the older routes, because we're still sort of waiting for a new UK route to come out, aren't we? We had, you know, West Coast Main Line over Shap before Christmas, and then over the Christmas break we've had that season of reveals. We know stuff is coming, and then they're doing a preview or something, or I think that's tonight, isn't it? They're doing a preview of the new German route, the next thing to come, um, and then yeah, whatever comes next after that, I suppose. We're just left waiting for the next UK route. I did say previously we won't be getting any more sort of German or US routes um, at the moment. The focus is on UK routes because that's what you guys, the viewers, enjoy. They're the routes that you like. And we could do a poll and see exactly what it is that you do want to see, but tomorrow. All right, okay, Ludwig Bahn. I might pop in and have a look at it, but it's not a route I'm particularly interested in getting. You guys have in the Discord have previously said that you prefer the UK content, so that's what we've decided to focus on. I prefer the UK content anyway as a UK player. It is legendary. My distaste for PZB on the German routes, uh, and despite all my efforts to enjoy US content, um, it's really not happened. I've tried to like US content. I've tried to get on with it. I've played Harlem. I played, Long Island and all of those, Boston and all of that. Um, and my brain just doesn't compute all the safety systems and things. I can't do it. I could run with safety systems off and probably would have. I do like to see you do the odd German route. Yeah, I know. I think I still have some installed, and if not, I can just reinstall them if I need to. Nice 66, waiting to come into Lewis from the New Haven quarries or aggregates. But that, yeah, you're right about that crawl into Lewis. 10 mile an hour is a bit intense, that isn't it? Why it needs to be 10 mile an hour, I don't know. I think it's to cut it a curve. It's 10 mile an hour, but it's a bit crazy. Anyway, we can go up to 40, and we can head round to Southeast, and onwards to New Haven and Seaford. 377 coming along now. Try and get a good angle. Alright, I'll go that way. Apparently he's speeding again. 40 round there at the junction, isn't it? AWS is now going to slow me down because I was looking at the pretty view. I didn't hear the AWS going off because I turned the volume down. Never mind. reset, and off we go. Nice and quick and easy. And we don't get shouted at in German. That's one of the things we don't get with UK stuff. We don't get shouted at in a language that I vaguely understand. I did German at school, but school was, you know, I finished secondary school in like 1996 and then went on to sixth form. So, yeah, many years ago. I'll keep you updated with your losing scores while I watch our game. Really? Oh, I had to reset my phone so I don't have the sports apps installed. What was it called? Flash Score, wasn't it? Yeah. I'll get that installed. But up until I've got it installed, you can keep me up to date. Let's go onwards to southeast. Gonna come off the power because we have got a slight gradient, and we are coming into southeast now around this corner. Probably going to overshoot southeast slightly. It's a short platform. Alright, it's slightly more than slightly. Overshoot it or hang off the end. Yeah, there's a 66 coming through. No, not a 66, a 313. That's odd. I thought it was a 66 when it was coming around the corner. So he can stop in the right place. But not me. Probably looking at me as he pulled into the station going, what on earth? Off-peak trains skip that station these days. Yeah, I know. We were instructed to stop there, so we'll stop. But yes, most trains these days. I mean, there isn't really that much of a Seaford service these days, is there, really? I think it's like one, maybe two trains a day, is it? It's not as much as it used to be. New Haven Town is the next stop. Again, it's another one that I don't know. It's been so long since I've lived in that part of the country. Hello to the other people watching but not commenting. Please join the chat so the people in the white jackets don't find me again. Yeah, come on. If you are viewing and watching and you are not in a chat, I mean, I realise it's subscribers only mode, so you do need to subscribe, even if you subscribe only for a minute, so you can pop into the chat and say hello to Jason and keep him company. It's good to know. And we are friendly, I promise. Jason's not going to bite too hard. He has been told about biting people. So yeah, just pop into the chat, say hello, let us know what you've been playing this week. If you've been playing Train Sim World or any of the other games. Let's just get that because we just triggered. We need to get down to 35. So we'll start breaking. Like I say, I've been playing Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo, predominantly Planet Zoo and Farming Simulator, because one of my favourite maps from Farming Simulator 22, Calmsden Farm, released this week across PC and console. And while there's a bug on the Xbox version that it seems not to have loaded in the roads, so they're all just gravel paths, which is interesting to say the least. But it's not a massive game-breaking bug. Like, I can live with it until it's updated, and I'm sure the mod creator will fix it soon enough. He's apparently already aware. But Calmsden Farm was one of my favourite maps from Farming Sim 22. It's now out on 25, so I've been playing that. But Planet Zoo has been taking up most of my time this week. I have 2 zoos on the go. One is based in Europe, and it has otters and various sort of European type animals and stuff like that. And the other one, I've set it in Asia, a slightly bigger zoo, and I'm working on zoning out all the different areas. So I've got like a wetland area, a tropical area, an African sort of zone. Yeah, and so I probably will do some videos or a stream or something on that at some point, like I say. And then of course we've got our other series that we are working through. So we've got our Fernbus series and our Assassin's Creed series as well. Potentially we've got Bioshock that we're going to do, and Batman. I just need to find the time to do it all, to be honest. We'll get there. We will. Just need to find a day where I can just sit and record all of that content. Or maybe do some kind of sponsored stream where I do all of that content. I don't know. Plans and ideas and ruminations. That's a great word, isn't it? Rumination. That's a good word. I'm babbling. Sorry. I'll shut up. I'll concentrate on driving the train. So, New Haven Town to New Haven Harbour is just a short hop. Didn't want to go into emergency. That's a better stop. There we go. There's Brian, the ferry. Over there. In fact, we'll do an 8 camera. There we Flying ferries. See, it wouldn't be a big thing if they could just stick one of these ferries into the Isle of Wight line, or even if they just slightly modified it, and had a ferry at the pier, because it does seem like it's lacking without a ferry there. Anyway, I only bite if Nightbot starts on me. Nightbot's behaved lately. You and Nightbot haven't fallen out for a long time, I have to say. I don't know who we've got in tonight. We've got Jason is in the chat on his own. I don't know who else is in, lurking. I imagine Dougie and Harry are probably lurking around somewhere. Nobody likes you. It's not about whether they like you. If they're not chatting and they're not watching, it's because they don't like me. I have upset a few people in the last sort of 6 to 9 months or so, haven't I? I mean, there's he who shall not be named that we all pissed off, or I pissed off and he pissed me off. I don't like me either. I like you. Someone has to. Yeah, I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, we had some quite major fallings out with people over the last year, didn't we? It happens. So on to Bishopstone to get there at 11:43. We are 3 minutes late, which is usual for us, and for Southern, it's not a big surprise. Makes a change. Normally you lose the train. Full stop. We probably are going to overshoot Bishopstone here. Or maybe not. We might be alright. I did put it into emergency. It's one of them blooming kids again who pulled the emergency cord. Teenagers. See, look, they're getting on. There's kids there. With their hoodies and their puffer jackets. He says, I'm such a grumpy old man. Lock the doors. And then we are off to Seaford, our final destination on this run. Well, it would be if we could get the interlock to come off. I missed the Network South East livery. It was a livery that I liked and grew up with, of course. Speed limit being 70 along this bit is a bit ridiculous because you haven't got far enough to go to get up to 70. Bring back British Rail. Well, it's happening, isn't it? In a sense, Great British Rail is coming, which is in a sense the successor to British Rail, isn't it? Putting the rail services back into public hands. I'm reading a book at the moment all about the history of British Rail. It's quite interesting because it sort of shattered a lot of the myths around British Rail and how bad British Rail was. Because a lot of the memories of British Rail being bad are due in part to the way the media portrayed British Rail. And how comedians sort of poked a lot of fun and made jokes about British Rail and sandwiches and all that sort of stuff and the wrong snow, and it's quite fascinating if you're into that sort of stuff. I quite like my history, so yeah, I think it's actually called British Rail. Let me just grab my Kindle, iPad, whatever. Yeah, it's literally called British Rail. So if you're looking for a book recommendation, it is called, let me just get that up. Oh, we finished the service. It is called British Rail, The Making and Breaking of Our Trains, and it's by Christian Walmar. And he is quite a renowned author of sort of transport history and rail history. So if you have got like a Kindle or a reading app on your phone, give him a look because it's quite a good read. And if you're a train nerd, which you probably are if you're watching this, it's a recommendation. I don't often recommend things on the stream, but it is a recommendation that I will make. Let's go to the main menu and let's pick another service. That was quite a short one, so we'll do a longer run. We'll go from Eastbourne if we can into Brighton on a 377 maybe. I haven't driven a 377 in a long time. It'll be a blast from the past. Choose route, East Coast Way, timetable. We're going to go with that timetable. So we have got a 31, 40, 52, 47, 45, 37 and 87. And 87? Wait. How exactly do you drive an 87 on East Coast Way? How does that work? There were no overhead wires on the East Coast Way. And of course, I've already done the service with a different loco. How does that work? Do you know what? I'm kind of inclined to run it just to see, because I've no idea how the 87 would even work. It's tagged wrong. Oh, alright. Okay. It's tagged wrong. That is definitely an 87. We got Patriot. But it's not going to run. It's not going to run because there's not going to be any power. This will be interesting. Goal for Pompey. Yay. Good for you. I don't imagine that this is going to actually work. As you can see, I've not got any power, so the headlights are not coming on, so it's not going to actually work. It's going to be a very short service. Well, we're not actually kicking off till 8 o'clock, Jason. But yeah, you're right. You've got a goal against Stoke. And Leeds are 1-0 up as well. It ain't moving. It's not moving because I haven't. But yeah, you're right. So that's very strange. So that's like an anomalous thing that they've added that on, but there's absolutely no way to run it. There we are. There's that. It's an odd thing to put on there, isn't it? It's nice that they put the 87 on there, but seeing as there's no overhead cables, it's not going to happen. Yeah, it's somewhere like Glossop Line, and what else has got overheads? Birmingham Cross City, it would probably work on there, of course. But it isn't going to work on East Coastway. We go back to... So we're not going to do that service because... Well, we might do that service at the end. Predominantly because I've already done that service with a different loco. So we're going to go... we're going to go East Coastway. That one. And we're going to go on 377. We've got Oh yeah, I forgot all about these SCR liveries. Gosh. I can remember me doing those. That's a blast from the past as well. And Southern Spark. A custom livery I created. And SWR 444. I'm going to run in the official livery, I think. So let's go. We are going to go Eastbourne semi-fast service. 37 minutes. Hastings via Eastbourne. Operate semi-fast. Let's do that one. Semi-fast service. From Eastbourne, having arrived in from Hastings into Eastbourne, and then we picking it up from Eastbourne and going into Brighton semi-fast. There we go. 377. A train we all know very well. Let's get it set up. We are in 377424 2-0. Oh yeah, it's just updated now. Leeds are promoted by the looks of it. Definitely. Doesn't surprise me about Leeds. They sort of yo-yo between. We are currently at the bottom of the league. Not good. I'm sure Hastings skipped Glendon or two. Yeah. Lock our doors. Broken horn. Hello, Dougie. I've just seen you in the chat. It was you that said 2-0 Portsmouth. Welcome in, buddy. I'm sure you've been watching for a little while and you just started to chat now. Welcome. So yeah, we're on our service, our 377 service out from Eastbourne, and we're going towards Brighton this time, having gone from Brighton to Seaford. There we are. Accelerate up to 70 now. As we make our way to Hampden Park. I would like to see at some point, I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I would like to see them do add another route hop point at Brighton, and then have Brighton out towards, you know, Portsmouth and that sort of area. Somewhere down the line, maybe in the future. We are probably going to miss our stop. We're going way too fast. Too busy thinking about future routes. Of course, I still want to see my local route, or a route most local to me, which of course is a route into Plymouth, or the Riviera line. Jason is very aware of how much I want that route. Actually, we've done alright here. This desperately needs Todd 4 and some kind of extension. Oh, absolutely. Even if they only extend it out towards, like, Hove and Shoreham, that would be something. But if they extended it out as far as, like, Littlehampton, with those, with that section of track, I mean, then it wouldn't be the East Coastway so much, but it needs an upgrade for sure. It's another one of those routes that is starting to show its age a little bit now. And this was one of the best routes back in the day when it first came out. Everyone went mad for this route. And then Brighton Main Line came out and everyone went mad for that. And then it turned out to be a horrid mess with lots of bugs. Brighton Main Line, didn't it? It's still a bit of a contentious issue now, I think. But the likes of Jason and myself are true veterans of the journey from the very first Train Sim World on console to where we are now. We've seen it all. We've been there in the trenches, and we've seen it all. We've seen the good times and the bad, and we've seen every number of bug. I don't think there's a bug on TSW that we haven't seen. Is that right? Would that be fair to say, Jason? We've seen it all. Very little that goes wrong with this game surprises me now. Um, because it is a bit of a beast of a game. With all the content available for it, it is a big game. I've seen everything with this game. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We both have. And some things I'd rather unsee. Yeah, well, yeah. There were times where we saw a side of the community that wasn't pleasant as well, and that probably happened more times than we would like to admit. I'm sure. We need to get down to 35. That's not going to happen before the speed sign. Hold on, passengers. I'm sorry, I didn't slow down quick enough. Go around the corner, and then it goes up to 90. As we come into Polegate. I mean, talking about things that I wish I'd never seen is some of the creations in Creators Club livery editor. Some of the creations on there, I sit and think, really? I think more than once I've used the phrase, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And there are more than a few creations on Creators Club where I've said that and gone, wow, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And in many cases, I've looked at the liveries and gone, you definitely can't. Paint a train bright green and call it a GWR livery. It's like, okay, no. I'd rather you didn't. Of course, that's just it's just my opinion. Of course, if you want to paint a train bright green and call it a GWR, is all that hype anymore? I don't think it is. I think it's potentially reached saturation point. Obviously, there are still those people who are creating stuff for it, but it doesn't seem to have as much content going up as it used to, and I think that's because, I don't know, maybe it's because it's tired, or because livery editor is clunky, or I don't know, or it's just because there hasn't been anything that people have gone, I got to do a livery for it. When the HST was livery editor compatible, when we got a livery editor compatible HST on Midland Mainline, I went completely utterly nuts doing liveries for that, and I've still got some liveries that I need to redo and finish and what have you. So I went mad when that 43 dropped onto Creators Club, onto livery editor. And the 47 and stuff like that. But since then, we've not really had anything, apart from maybe the Pendolino. We've not really had anything that has sort of triggered that impulse to get on Delivery Editor and Creators Club and do a livery. You know, I don't think there's even going to be, if I did a livery editor tutorial again, I don't think there'd be much interest in that. My fun with Creators Club is now for personal use. Yeah, I'm pretty much the same, Jason, to be honest. I've obviously, you and I put loads of stuff on back in the day for liveries and stuff. And when I was in the Facebook, I would share liveries all the time. People would like be like, "Oh, we need Creators Club to come. We need, you know, we need to have a way of sharing." And then obviously they did Creators Club. Or do you have the color code so that I can make this livery? I remember those days. Gosh, do you have the color code for BR Blue? Yes, I do. Do you have the color code for the yellow? Yes, I do. I still remember it. The color code you gave me for the yellow ends. I still remember it. And all sorts of things like that. But yeah, the passion to share stuff yeah, it's not going to happen. I think the last livery I did was just stick my YouTube channel thing on the side of the 87. I don't think I've done anything more with Creators Club or Livery Editor than that. I don't do scenario editor. That was never really something that I spent much time with, to be honest. So we are going to Berwick. Berwick. It's not Berwick, it's Berwick. Which I remember was one of those ones I would constantly overshoot. In fact, for a long time, Berwick was my Oxenholm, to coin a phrase used by another content creator, or my Nebworth. If you know, you know. I'm going to start braking. We're 0.8 of a mile out from Berwick now. A little bit more braking than that, I think. Just there. There we go. Gonna grab a quick drink. We're actually on time into Berwick. That's impressive. It's not going to last. I thought we were running semi-fast. We seem to be stopping at everything. We probably won't stop at things like Moles Coombe, London Road. Yeah. Potentially, we will stop at Lewis and then run fast. I have no idea. Let's have a look, actually. So we're stopping at Glynde, then Lewis and Falmer and Moles Coombe and then Brighton. So we're not calling it London Road. So it says semi-fast, but semi-fast means skipping London Road. I locked those just at the right time there. That was pretty good, wasn't it? I couldn't do that again if I tried. I just happened to stick my thumb out onto the D-pad and close the doors, and I thought that's too early. But actually, by the time they'd finished closing, the bar had filled. So we accelerate up to 90, up to 75, and we've got 4.2 miles to Glynde. Glynde. It's Glynde, I think. Yeah, semi-fast just skips London Road. Yeah. Haven't seen Mr. Water yet. 1-0 Burnley. Oh, God. Mm. 25 minutes in, and we're 1-0 down. I think we're at that point where, yeah, I don't really know what to say. I think we're at that point as a team where, we've got a new manager, and he's got a very different style to, obviously, to Rooney, but the legacy of Rooney, it seems odd to call it a legacy. Rooney's legacy is still there, and we're still struggling to dig ourselves out of that pit that Rooney put us in. We had a lot of injury worries and stuff like that, and now we're bottom of the league. I think the players have just gone, "What's the point?" Even with a new manager, it just feels like we're bottom of the league. What's the point? We're going down, and it needs to be. It's 2-1 at Stoke Portsmouth. Sorry. Yeah, it's a difficult one. Anyway, on which we go. Oh, that's gone down to 80. I wasn't aware of that changing speeds. Wasn't ready for it. Yeah, I mean, bottom of the league is not where anyone wants to be, is it? Really? Somebody's got to be there. I'm quite pleased that Hull are in the relegation zone as well. To be honest, where my sister lives. Oh, we're stopping here, aren't we? I'm talking about football and completely switched off to the fact that I need to stop. We are not stopping at Glynde. Objective failure. Yeah, that was an objective failure. I thought I broke the train then. Just give up on that one. Yeah. Yeah. Right, anyway, having missed that one, Glind, we're going onward to Lewis. There we go. Speeding. Slow down. This junction, that's what it is. We've got a 313. We need to be ready to slow down to 40. AWS is pinging at us because of the speed limit. Excuse me. Break down to 20. Slowly break down to 20. Anyway. Slow crawl time. Yep. Through Lewis. 10 miles an hour. I don't know what I'm doing with the camera. It seems like a good place to take a screenshot. Or one of those. Depth of field. Focal point. Let's get the focal point somewhere around there, I think. That looks alright. Screenshot. Upload. That's the obligatory screenshot of the week. You know, we always do it. Wait until 11:02:59, which we will do. Still 1-0 at Plymouth, and still 2-1 at Portsmouth, apparently. We're going to get the doors locked 30 seconds before departure. and then make our way to Falmer. At a slow crawl. The worst bit. 377 doors time at 27 seconds. You mean they opened for 27 seconds? There you are. Some information for you from Jason. It's full of information, that man. Oh, it looks like Leeds have scored 1-0. It's not speed too much. Seems to slow down too much now. Can't win. Up to 70. 2.8 miles from Falmouth, so we are on our way to Brighton. On the East Coast Way. And then next week we are back with a more recent route. I say recent in terms of release time. Yeah, I could do. I don't know if I can do it now. I think you might. Subscribers only mode. How do I? How do I turn it off? Yeah, I don't know if I can do it at the moment, but certainly for the next stream. So yeah, like I say, next week we are returning to a more recent route in terms of when it was released, not in the time it was set. It was set in 1986. So next week we are back on the West Coast Main Line over Shap, and we will be having a look at that route again. I'm calling it Shapes over Shap because I couldn't think of a better title. And we'll be throwing different shaped trains over that line. Possibly we will run one or two of Tintin scenarios. So he's done some scenarios with the Pendolino, so it might be worth having a look at those and running one of those, perhaps. I got 0.8 miles to go into Falmouth through this tunnel. Let me just pause that. I'm just going to look at turning off subscriber mode. I strangely have the option to change it. That's because you're a mod. So you do have that option to do so. I can't think. I'm in YouTube Studio. I can't seem to find how you do it. Live chat. Moderation activity. Pop out chat participants. If you can change it, then change it. I can't seem to find where it is. That's telling me it's still on subscribers only mode. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Now it's telling me to sign into chat. I'm like, you what? Why did it now? It's now telling me I need to sign in with my account in order to chat, which is a bit ridiculous. Next. Okay, there we are. Yes, it's me signing into my own account to sign into my own chat. Continue. How ridiculous is this? Oh my gosh, I've set up so much security. There we go. Continue. All the like two-step verification and then yeah, everything else. And now the chat has just welcome to the live chat. Yay! Right, I'm back in the chat. Hello. Right, Falmouth. We are nearly there. So subscriber mode is off on the chat. So if you do want to say hello, so much faff. Yeah, it is a little bit. Yeah. But I have reasons for needing extra security on my Android and on my Google account and stuff. I have reasons. Yeah, we could probably go a bit further forward than that. Never mind. So yeah, I'll turn off subscriber mode, so you don't need to be a subscriber now to chat. So if you did want to say hello and you are just watching, you can do so without needing to subscribe. But if you feel that you like what you see and you want to see more of it and more stuff from me, then like and subscribe, because it helps. It helps the channel. You know, and I know all the YouTubers say it. We all do it. We all say it. Like and subscribe. I try not to say it too much. But you do. We do have to. You have to do it because it's the only way that you can guarantee that growth on YouTube or anywhere else for that matter. We are trying to grow the channel. We lost a couple of subscribers over the last week or so, and that was mainly because of the TSR stuff. But hopefully we can get some subscribers back, and the channel can continue to grow. USB device not recognised. Hey, what? Why is it coming up with that? 2-0 Burnley. Oh God. What USB device? I'm getting a USB device warning on my laptop for some reason. I don't know. Oh, I know what it is. I've got a magnetic cable and it's attaching itself to something, and then it's going, I can't read this USB device, and it's because it's not a USB. It's not a USB device. Oh my gosh. Technology, isn't it wonderful? We need to slow down from old coon. Oh God, 2-0 down. I can't believe it. Just have to resign ourselves to the fact that we are actually going to go down. And we're probably not going to stop at Moleskin. That's a miss station. Okay. We'll just run fast to Brighton now. All attempts to stop at intermediary stations have pretty much failed. Nobody wants to go there anyway. It's Moleskin. There's nothing there. Look at it. It's just a council estate. It literally is. There's nothing there to go there for. Nothing against council estates of anything or anything like that. But it is. Moleskin is literally a council estate. Not late anymore? No, we're definitely not. We're also going too quickly. Little toot of the horn for no other reason than I can. Why is that yellow there? I've never noticed that before. Is that the light? I think it's just the way it's lighted up. Lit up. I've never noticed that being yellow before. Yeah, I think it's just a light. That is a weird thing. Oh, hello. What's happened here? I'm stuck in the roof. I'm a pigeon. Watch the buffers. Well, yeah, quite. Oh, hello. It's the 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 underbelly of Brighton and a seagull. That's not what I wanted to do. I've broken that. A silver for that one, to be expected, really. And what, we've got 20 minutes or thereabouts. Yeah, I've fallen. I've fallen through the world. Oh, there we go. Let's jump to to something else quickly. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. We need a 20-minute service or something. What can we find? This usually happens, doesn't it? We do about 2 services and then we find we have about 20 minutes at the end and we don't know what to do. One of these has got to be a 20-minute service, surely. Lewis Shuttle is 18. Yeah. That's 27 minutes. Yeah, go on. 18, you say? Where's the Lewis Shuttle? It's a 377, isn't it? No, it's not. It's not one of those. Is it a 313 service? Oh, yeah. I've got a funny feeling it's 17 minutes. There we go. Back on the 313. I was going to do... I was going to look at the rail tour, but... There we go. So no custom livery this time. We're just in a standard Southern 313. Oh dear. And off we go. Shame it isn't from in real life. Would have broken down already. Yes, quite. I know you're not their biggest fan. Oh well. Different trains next week, like I say. We'll be going over Shap, potentially in a Pendolino. I'll load up one of Tintin's scenarios that I've downloaded, and we'll give that a run. Too fast. Round to London Road. So we're only going as far as Lewis this time on the shuttle. Sounding the horn for no other reason than I can. Or maybe I've spotted Francis Bourgeois on the tunnel or something. I don't know. There's someone they need to add to the game. Just have a little sort of AI Francis standing on the platform at various points on the routes with his little head cam waving and getting excited about the trains. That's what we need. That would really bring the game alive and add that degree of realism. I would love to just go on a train journey and just sort of randomly bump into him one day. I think that would be an interesting occurrence. Just to be on a train and just spot him and just to say hello. I know you from YouTube and Instagram and whatever. That guy could tell you a thing or two about trains for sure. We're stopping here, so we need to really get the brakes on. Or maybe we're not going to stop at Moulsecoomb. Oh, this is really going well. We decided we're not stopping at Moulsecoomb. Again. Something about Moulsecoomb we don't like. The train's gone. No, I'm not stopping there. Not a chance. Right, let's try for Falm. At this point, we should just run fast to Lewis. I grew up in East Sussex, so I know all about Moulsecoomb. And Whitehawk. There used to be a radio presenter on whatever it was called back in the day, Southern FM or something like that. It was. It's probably now Heart. And he did a late night show. I used to listen to it every night. It's called Terry Garrigan's Last Bus to Whitehawk. And everyone knows that Whitehawk is not somewhere you want to get the last bus to. But it was a great show. He had some great stuff that he did on there. We're probably not going to stop here either. Four 0 5-0 I've got. How are we 5-0 down? What the hell? Have we just not bothered to turn up? Like I just bothered not to stop at Falmouth. Apologies, people. Southern would like to apologise for the inability of its driver to stop at any of the stations it's supposed to stop at. We will be now stopping at Lewes, where you can catch a replacement bus service back to Falmouth and Molescombe. I don't know what happened tonight. I really don't. Mind you, we haven't spad, so that's something. Five 0 God. I don't actually need the power on at this point, do I? I can just roll down the hill. Quite a gradient. Not the steepest gradient in the game by far. We've got steeper ones. We've got Bermina, which I think I still have installed actually. It's a slow route, but it's a nice looking route, stunning route. Far better than Arosa. Using my tactics. Yeah, I am. But I'd seen it somewhere else as well, where you just sort of might even have been you actually. There we go. If you want to join a great community of gamers, join our Discord. The link is there in the chat. We're only a little Discord at the moment. We haven't got many people in there, but we are a tight-knit bunch and we're a friendly bunch. So if you did want to join a good Discord of gamers and people of similar interests and chilled, we are a very chilled out bunch, then do pop in and say hello. And we are going to we're going to just maintain our speed now. Coming into Lewes. Keep an eye on our speed. 3-1 Pompey, that's alright for you, Len, isn't it? I just can't believe we're 5-0 down before half time. Or at half time. 5-0. What the hell is going on? We don't deserve to be in a championship with scores like that. We just don't. Speeding way too much, coming in way too fast. Yeah. I don't know what's happened tonight. My brain is just switching off and not concentrating. Like I say, I've been struggling with my fibro. Those of you who don't know, I have fibromyalgia. So there are times where my brain will just fog and I just cannot keep the attention levels up. Which is seemingly what's happened tonight. I've really struggled. I do need to stop because that's a red light. Also, I should probably put my glasses on. That would help. I'm getting new ones next week after having an eye test and found that my eyes have deteriorated a little bit more. I need to change my glasses a bit. Other things on your mind? Yeah, well, just yeah, a little bit. We were supposed to go and sort out some wedding stuff today, and despite sending emails and making phone calls, I couldn't get hold of the people we needed to go and see to sort out stuff. And yeah, as a result, we just didn't go out. And I've been struggling with the cold weather. It's really affecting my fibro. So I'm just really struggling with pain and tiredness and feeling cold all the time. And yeah, and obviously the TSR stuff as well has had a bit of an impact. Yeah, just one of those things, isn't it? Anyway, that's what we're going to do there. So there we go. That's that. Yeah, that's it. We've done 3 services. Yes, we did 2 313 services and a 377, but you know it was just a bit of a chilled out stream to do a route we haven't played in a long while. So there we are. That's that. Next week, like I say, we're going to do a run on the West Coast main line over Shap, or Preston Carlisle as it's known. And we are going to... Actually, I don't need to do it that way, do I? How do I... we're going to run a scenario. So I do have some scenarios downloaded. I've got apparently I've got 5 on East Coast Way. No idea. Some I created myself, I think. But as you can see, West Coast Main Line, Preston Carlisle. We've got Preston bound Pendo, which is one of Tintin's, and then Pendolino to Carlisle, which is they're both Tintin scenarios. As you can see, drive AWC class 390-1 loaded. This scenario is off the rails. So there's that one, and then we've got the Preston bound Pendo. Which says back. I'm trying to get that text to stop scrolling. back to a familiar livery. So that one is the one that runs the Virgin livery Pendo. So we're going to run, potentially next week, we're going to run both those scenarios. We'll see how time goes next week for doing that. But I thought it's something a bit different in a sense that it's not a service you would normally get on that route, but, well, from 1986, of course, but modern day, of course you would. So that's what we're going to do next week. Those two, and then something else. And then the week after that, we are... we've got another route selection planned for the week after that. I can't for the life of me remember what it's called, but I do have it planned, and then we'll see how we get on going into February, of course. Yeah, it may be that we take a break from Train Sim World and do a stream of a different game or something every now and then. Like maybe once a month we just stream something else. But we'll see how things go. Anyway, we are approaching 9 o'clock. I'm going to go and make myself a cup of tea or something and call it a night. But thank you very much to everyone for joining. It's been a pleasure as always. To Jason, thank you for always being here. I shall see you on the next one. Take care. For now. Bye-bye. Ooh, that's gone a bit long, isn't it? Yeah, like I say, see you on the next one. Take care for now. Good night.